Hey, beautiful women. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's Susan here. I am here to talk to you about my favorite thing today, quantum leaping. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's what I'm obsessed really about teaching. That's what I just love working with women on, taking a quantum leap, right? Especially in your business, because what I'm super passionate about is women's financial independence. I've always been so passionate about it. Hey, Cynthia. I've always just been so passionate about women's financial independence. From a young little girl, actually, I always, in fact, I think I might have mentioned this in my intro video, but I never wanted children. I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to do all that stuff because I watched my mum not have a voice, not have independence. My dad control all the money. My dad make the decisions. And I never wanted that. I was like, fuck that. I want my own independence. I want to be able to call my own shots, be my own boss, make my own decisions. And I wanted love. Don't get me wrong. But when I was young, I felt like motherhood equated to perhaps giving up some of that independence, right? That's not what I believe now, but I'm still fiercely passionate about women's financial independence because you should always have the choice. You should always have the choice of being able to make your own decisions, live life on your terms. And financial independence for me also comes with time freedom. There is nothing exciting about working 80 hours a week and not being able to enjoy your life, right? I left a corporate job. I was a general manager. I left that because I didn't want to put my daughter into daycare 50 hours a week. I was like, screw that. I want to have amazing financial independence and time freedom. Like, to me, those are equally as important. So what I'm really passionate about now is helping women take quantum leaps in their business. And so let's just start by talking about, like, what is a quantum leap, right? All it is really being able to take a huge leap forward, being able to normalize something that you couldn't normalize before. So if you've been going along in your business and, you know, having like 1K months, 2K months, and been doing that for quite a while, right? Maybe you've been doing that for 6 months, 12 months. Taking a quantum leap is being able to normalize that next leap, being able to normalize like a 10K month or a 15K month or a 20K month, right? Being able to normalize it and then being able to create it. That is what a quantum leap is. And the thing is, we are mostly conditioned to believe that in order to have success, you have to work hard and your success has to be gradual. It's almost like you've got to earn your stripes, right? You've got to sort of like, I don't know, plod along, be in business for a certain amount of time. And as you get better and as you get more experience and, I don't know, as you learn more magic strategies or whatever it is, you'll get slightly better and your income will grow. That's all BS. It's not the truth. The truth is you can earn whatever you want. You can decide what you want to earn. This month, next month, you get to decide. And what it is, it's about you being able to align with it. You being able to align with it, you being able to believe it. That is all it takes. But what's happened is society has kind of conditioned us all to believe that we're not enough. And it starts very early at school. You know, when you go to school, everyone's graded. All your assignments or your work is graded. You know, what did you get out of 100? Are you a B or an A or a C? We're all kind of comparing and competing against each other. And it creates this culture that we look to others to measure ourselves against. Are we as good as that person, right? Do we have the skills? Do we have, I don't know, are we inspiring enough? Whatever it is, do we have enough experience to be as good as that person to be able to achieve perhaps what they're achieving? And even, you know, it's across all facets of life. Like, you know, certainly the media, you know, the fashion industry, lets us all believe that we need to be a size 8 perfect supermodel to be loved and accepted, and that it's our mission in life to lose weight, get fit, get rid of less cellulite, and that's how we'll be beautiful and attractive to others, right? That's all BS. It's just how we conditioned, what we conditioned to believe. And I love all of the rise, hey Yvonne, I love all the rise of women on Instagram, actually, all the like body love that are just like posting their real bodies. I love all of that. It's like, that's what we all look like, right? We've all got a bit of cellulite, all a little bit wobbly around the edges. Not everyone's perfectly ripped and toned and fit. And that's totally cool. You're still worthy even if you're not. Or maybe it's like, also, you know, if you're into personal development, which I'm sure a lot of you are here, then when you start to go down the personal development rabbit hole, you then start to believe you're not enough, because you realize that you've got limitations and blocks and these things called limiting beliefs, and you feel like there's so much that you need to fix about yourself, right? You feel like there's so much that you need to fix about yourself. You feel like you're broken, and you feel, this was me, right? I felt like I was sort of broken and I had all these blocks, and I had to somehow overcome them, break through them before I was going to be worthy of jumping to that next level. And all of that stuff, all of it is just BS. You are enough right now, and you have everything inside you right now to create whatever you want. Taking a quantum leap in your business or any area of your life is just about you coming back to the truth of who you are. You aligning back to your soul, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, your inner being, and realizing who the fuck you are. Because the truth is, we are all enough and we are all worthy. If you have the desire to create it, you have the ability to create it. If you want to have a 10K month this month, you can, right? You can. It's available to you. This is what it takes, is to be able to release all of those limitations that are telling you the reasons why you can't have it. The reasons that you perhaps don't have enough experience, or you need to get better at sales, or you need to learn a new funnel, or do some Facebook ads, or all of those things that you're telling yourself. Once you release them and you line up with believing that it is possible for you because you want it, and that's enough, that is when it will happen. Because we're all energy, the energy you put out is what you'll receive, right? If you will always attract what you are putting out. So if you believe that you can't do it, you simply won't. If you believe sales are hard, that is what you will project out, and that's what you'll be magnetic to, right? If you believe sales are hard and it's hard to sign clients, then that will be your experience. When you can accept that a 10K month is normal and natural, and that you can have that success in your business, once you line up with that, once you believe it's possible for you, once you realize that you've got everything inside you to be able to achieve it, that is when it will happen. And that is when you can literally take leaps overnight. There is nothing else you need to learn. There is nothing else you need to do. There is nothing else you need to implement in your business. You don't need to build a website. You don't need to build a funnel. You don't need to go and have a photo shoot or pay a graphic designer or do any of that stuff. You don't need to do anything else than connect to the truth of who you are, connect to your unique, beautiful qualities that you have to offer the world, and really connect to that and fall in love with what it is that you can offer the world. When you are so certain on that, and you can line up with what you want to create, when you can believe it, it is done. It is done. And I spoke a lot about this last week as well, but I wanted to just kind of take it to that next level and just really kind of, drum home that there isn't anything else you need to do. It's not magically available to some people and not to you. If you think you can't take a quantum leap in your business, that's the only thing stopping you. Your belief that you can't do it. Anyone can, right? It is just lining up with it. And what that means is being in vibrational alignment with it. So knowing that it's possible, believing that it's possible. And the thing is, if you are sitting at 1K, 2K months, whatever it is, and you've been there for a while, then it's probably your belief that that's all that's available to you, that they are the results that you're going to get, right? Because you've been doing all this work and that's the results you're going to get. You can't see how it's going to shift. The thing is, the how isn't up to you. When you're connected to it, when you believe that it can shift, when you decide that you want it to shift, you believe it can shift, it will shift. Because the how isn't up to you. It's like when your thoughts become things, your thoughts and your emotions become things. So when you line up with this new desire, hey Eloise, when you line up with this new desire, when you go, that's it, I want 10K months, that's what I desire, that's what I'm going to line up with, your thoughts and emotions are magnetic. So when you can believe it, when you can wholeheartedly believe it and know it's possible for you, your thoughts go out there to the universe, to source energy, whatever you want to call it, and we're all connected. So you become magnetic to your dream clients, or to however you create revenue in your business, right? You become magnetic to that. So it's not up to you. The how isn't up to you. You just need to be able to trust your guidance, trust the intuition. Hey, Dawn. Just trust the intuition and guidance that leads you there. It's no magic secret formula of a new strategy. It's not learning more tools. It's not getting more experience. It's just connecting to the truth of who you are and showing up in that authentic place, knowing that you're enough. It's so interesting. I was talking to a client this morning and I was asking her what makes a good leader. And, she had all these she's in a network marketing business and she's got all these leaders in her business that she looks up to. But at the end of the day, she realized that it was being a good leader was just being connected to your truth, being connected to what you believe in, and being able to show up in that authentic way and be certain in your message, confident in your message. And to her, that's what a good leader was. And I think, we think, like I said, that we're conditioned to think that someone else's approach is better than ours, or someone else's approach is right and ours is wrong. The truth with business is that your business is an extension of you, and your truth, your way of doing things, your success is unique to you. But you are only limited by you, by what you're prepared to line up with. Once you're prepared to let go of the belief that you can't have epic success now, when you let go of that and you shift into I can and I will and it is done and it's available for me, that is when it happens. It is as simple as that. And yes, I teach techniques to get into vibrational alignment, and yes, I teach how to release any limitations, but the theory is still the same. It's just your ability to be able to line up with what you want, to make it seem normal and natural. And the crazy thing is, when you start hitting bigger months, right, it's not like it's a surprise. It's not like you go, oh wow, I just went from, I've shared I went from $500 months or 0 months, $1,200 months to 15K months within 60 days, 2 months, right? And when it happened, it wasn't a big surprise. It wasn't, yes, I was excited. Yes, it was awesome, but it wasn't a big surprise because I had already accepted that that was what was happening. I had already lined up with it. I had decided that it was normal, it was natural, it was available to me. And so when it happened, it was more of a reassurance of what was possible. And I was like, what is the next level? What do I choose to create next? And that's what it is. It's about a choice. It's about choosing what you want to create and then doing the work to line up with it, right? Doing the work to release any resistance and line up with it. And like I said, it's available to each and every one of you. So if you are stuck, if you feel you're stuck in your business, and you would like to be earning 10K a month or 15K a month, then I encourage you, or more, whatever it is, 20, 50, it's all available. I encourage you to just stop and ask yourself, why can't you do that now? Why can't you achieve those bigger months right now, this month? And just take some time and write down all the stories that come up for you, right? Write down all those stories. Those are the things you need to shift, because they are not the truth. I promise you, whatever you write down, I don't care what it is, you can pop some in the comments if you like about your excuses or your stories. They are just stories. They are not the truth. The only reason someone else is doing it and not you is because they aren't choosing those stories. They are choosing to tell themselves something different. And there's always a different story available to you. There is always a different story available. No matter what it is in your life, there is always a different way of looking at it. There is always a more positive story. We're just sort of conditioned to like, look at the worst, focus on the failures. You know, the problem is, the reason most people aren't taking quantum leaps is because they think too small. They think too small because we've been conditioned to think that success has to be gradual. Like I said, you kind of need to prove your stripes. When you start thinking bigger, when you start going, I'm going to double my income, right? It's just your ability to line up with it. There is nothing else you need to do, right? It's not some magic formula. It's not some magic funnel or website or sales script or anything. It's just you believing that it can happen. So this is the thing. Most people keep themselves trapped because they're like, oh my God, that number sounds so scary. How could I possibly earn that much? You could if you decide to. So it's just up to you whether or not you decide to. And when you decide to, write down all those stories that come up for you about why you can't have it. Write them all down. And the easiest way for me to explain it is to debunk them. Prove to yourself why they're all bullshit stories. They're not the truth. They're not the truth of who you are. When you connect, I mean, a really simple way is just to, once you've written down all those bullshit stories about why you think you can't do it, put your hands on your heart and close your eyes and just kind of connect and just say, you know, higher self, what does my higher self know to be true about this? Or what does my heart know to be true about this? And then journal from that place. And that place will always be encouraging. That place will always be positive because that place knows what you're truly capable of. Like your soul or your inner being or your higher self, the core of who you are, the truth of who you are, knows that you are capable of whatever you decide, whatever you choose. There is no limitation there. There is no beating yourself up there. There is no, you know, being down on yourself or focusing on past failures. That part of you is always encouraging, always expanding, always growing, right? Because we're growth-seeking beings. It's what we're here for. It's to grow. It's not to stay the same. It's not to stay stuck. It's not to struggle. It's to grow and expand. And when you tap into that power, it is just epic what you can create. So I hope that's been inspiring for some of you today. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below. And I have something super exciting that is coming up soon. I'm actually going to do another separate live about it tomorrow. What time am I going to do it? Sometime in the morning. I'll pop it in here. I'm going to come and do just a short live about something super exciting that I will be doing in here in a couple of weeks. So hope you all have an amazing day. Bye for now. I will talk to you soon.